beautiful.
Good morning. Will out here in Polk City, Iowa. We're getting ready to start our next big project. This one is going to be a recreational pond. You can see behind me, we've got an existing one already here started. We've kind of got the European style look going, where we got the flat edges, the more rectangular surface area. Then the gravel section behind there in the back, that's called your regeneration zone, similar to what we would use as like a wetland area. So great spot for lots of plants, some different upflow filtration and that kind of stuff. Here we're gonna switch it up a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit more our style. We're gonna keep it so we have the nice big rectangular swim area. It's actually gonna get a little bit bigger in length, and I think in width, not quite sure on that one yet. But then up top, we're gonna have our wetland filter. We're gonna have some waterfalls, both obviously for the aesthetic reasons and also the functionality of them. The whole thing to like get water to move from one spot to the other. So you can see here, we've got our existing waterfall comes down in, and then like I mentioned, we'll get a little bit closer. This is that regeneration zone all through the back. Very, very similar set up to the way we're gonna do a wetland. And now we're just gonna do all wetland over there on a big berm with waters coming down, aimed back at the house. Where our current waterfall system is that's actually gonna be our intake bay, and pumps and that will be in there. So we'll draw water from the intake bay, go back into the pool house, the little pump house there, and then bring water over. We're gonna do some LED lighting down in here. But step one is obviously get all of this out. All right, here we are. We've got our patio demoed. We've got our coping stone demoed. We've got our temporary dog fence in. We've got the old fence fixed. We've got the gate taken down. We got our equipment in behind me. We're ready to really make a mess now. So what we're gonna do is we are going to start removing bulk material. We've got all this river rock in here. I wanna get that out. Flip you around here. So the game plan here is I'm gonna jump in that pretty fella. We call him Bruce. Say hi, Bruce. He doesn't talk much, but I'm gonna get in him, whoop, and I'm gonna start pulling gravel. And we're gonna pull gravel and we're gonna throw it over there, and we're gonna run that ditch witch until she's empty, and we're gonna fill up trucks and trailers, and we're gonna get this stuff out of here. So you can tell I only have it demoed down to about here. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, this wall isn't plumb anymore. So one of the reasons why we're redoing this, and what we're a little worried about, is that maybe this thing's going to fall down when we drain it. We don't really know. But so that's a potential oopsies that might happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave all that hydrostatic pressure in. And that's the pressure from the water pushing up against the wall. And I'm going to try to get this out, as all this gravel out. The other thing that's going to do is that's going to make it a little bit easier for us to try and, consolidate our mess. If I can keep everything over here, we're going to not have to clean up little bits and pieces and have scrap a liner, and we're going to be able to get rid of it a little bit easier. So some of the stuff we anticipate to hit or find in this gravelly regeneration zone is this plumbing stuff. So this is some of the intakes. So this, underneath all this, we know there's plumbing line there. It's been a maintenance customer for a couple years, so we know a little bit about the pond. But these are intakes for the inline pumps. They're not super great. They're not super deep. They're hard to get in. But we've got like 4 or 5 of them. So we've got some more here, over in here. And then obviously we've got our jet system in here, kind of set up like a pool. So we know those are going to be... We're going to find plumbing lines for those. So we know we're going to do a little bit of damage today, and that's kind of the fun part. Alright, so we're just going to set water level 6 inches below our pump housing, the concrete floor in there. So swim area that used to be, we're making it a little bit bigger, and now it's going to be it's still going to maintain that 7-foot depth, but we're just going to make it a little bit longer. It's going to have that same width. So we're pretty close to our excavated depth. We just got to get in there and clean it up, and then work our way up out of the hole.
All right, so that is all that's left of our 100 by 50 liner. Big liner. Boom. Here's the rest of it. In that cool little time-lapsey video, what we did, it just looks like we unraveled it and raveled it back up, folded it back up. But we set us up for success when we put this in. So how they come is they kind of unfold from like the middle, kind of, or just willy-nilly. We set it up so that when we put it in, we'll be able to put this on the side of the pond, and then it'll all fold that way, and we won't have to worry about pulling and tugging this thing around, because I don't know if you could tell, it's kind of trippy. It's a big liner. This isn't a loop. I'm still walking. It's a big boy.
Right now, we have a bunch of pond builders building retaining walls. It's fun. It's nice to sort of, get a little bit of a change from what we do, going from playing with rocks to playing with block. But it is stressful, that's for sure. So we're having a little bit of a hiccup getting this first course laid. I wish we were experts in everything. We're experts in ponds, but we can build a retaining wall. We're just a little bit slower than the rest, Not everybody's super speed. So we're gonna work on laying this base course today. We're gonna have a great positive attitude the entire time we do it, because you know what? We got about 100 linear feet of wall block that's gonna come up 3 or 4 feet depending on the section, and then probably about another 60, 70 feet of wall block going up to the top edge of our feature. So stay tuned and let's see what we can do today.
Now we're getting ready to set our big rocks. We've got this transition in here. It's about a 4-foot wall with our boulders. That blue rock is about just a couple inches. On the back side of it's just a couple inches of water. So when we're all done, we're going to be able to bring sod right up to the back of our rock work here. And it's basically just a cliff right down into the deep section. Right into there, there's about 7 feet of water. And you're going to be able to jump in, do a backflip, do a gainer, whatever floats your boat. Raining harder now. So you can see what we call our weir stone. That's right here. But this painted outline, that's gonna be where we put all of our aqua blocks. So we put all of that. So we're gonna have about 12 inches of water in total going back into this cove. Our pump housings will be back in there. This application, we have external pumps. So this is where our intake will be, is down there in our pump housings. And then we'll do this. So our pond edge will come here and go up in and kind of follow that same look going back in. Okay, Elias, walk us through what you're doing.
Okay, we are uncovering all these pipes here, cutting them so that when we start excavating all of this stuff, we don't bring up the pump house with all the rest of the rock. So we are looking for the last out of, I think it's 11 pipes in total that go into the pump house, and we're just trying to find the last soft pipe that goes under this 90 here.
We have Tommy Gregg from Missouri here with us. We got Connor. We got this small army over here. We've got Zach and Eric from BB Aquatics out of Wisconsin. We have Zach from Site Pros out of Orlando. This is what we got. We have been running basically a couple two-man crews all year. So it's nice to have 8 people on a site at once.